If you think Bitcoin has entered its bear market and you've already sold, then you're going to be kicking yourself when it blows up. And you might be in a position where you're like, okay, it went up 40K, but it's about to go back down. Oh, it went up 50K, it's about to go back down. And then you're not going to buy back in until the next bull cycle, which means you're buying back in when it's around $1 million a coin. I'm Afro Senpai, and I'm interested in learning about anything that involves the average person like you and me, people who came from nothing, building their wealth. In this video, I'm going to present you with all the evidence that I've gathered on why Bitcoin can do another massive run up. Finally, I'm going to give you even more value by telling you when Bitcoin is entering its bear market. Just like the previous video, I just want you to have all the knowledge so you can make an informed decision. Let's go. When I'm looking at stocks or Bitcoin, I typically only have 2 indicators up because that's what my free subscription on TradingView allows me. We've got the squeeze momentum indicator and we've got the impulse MACD indicator. On the actual chart of Bitcoin, I've set up trend lines, and my indicators also just follow trends. They're showing when people have overbought or oversold Bitcoin and when the next potential push in either direction may occur. Starting from the impulse MACD, we have a midline and then we have a line above and below. And when we see Bitcoin going above the top line, then we can expect that there's going to be some sell-offs coming pretty soon. And when we see Bitcoin going below the bottom line, then we can hypothesize that there's going to be a massive buying opportunity in the future. And I've kind of color coordinated these little lines to let me know when we're about to enter a run up or a decline, or we're already in one. As you can see here, we're below our bottom line. We know that Bitcoin has already done a massive run up after the election, and we typically see Bitcoin doing another run up, aka the banana zone, some months after. So everything is playing out nicely. As for the squeeze momentum, this indicator is just talking about when things are oversold and when things are overbought. When we're in red, we're entering into a sell-off period. When we're in this darker red, we're coming out of a sell-off period and entering a buying period. When we're green, all systems go, meaning that Bitcoin's gonna run up in price. And then once it gets darker green, I know I need to pump the brakes because we see another correction or selling off period happening. But as for this trend line I'm looking at, we've broken the trend line. We had this price action before where we saw Bitcoin run up in price, kind of plateau, and then drop down. And then it kind of hovered back and forth in this little area before it shot up again. And this is similar to what we had happen after the election. We had a big run up in price. It was hovering around 100K, and now it's dropped off to 80K. And then we can attribute this to people who are buying into the ETFs, people who are doing options trades. They got to 100K, they made their profits, and now they're getting out. These are traders, not investors. Investors understand the potential and the power of Bitcoin, so they're buying and holding. Traders are like greedy crackheads. They're trying to get their money, they're trying to get their fix and get out. So we're running parallel to that. And we're in this box area. And so if we're staying in this box area for an extended period of time, I'm gonna be okay. I'm still holding my Misty. I already told you guys I'm still holding my Bitcoin related stuff. And we should not expect Bitcoin to go past this line, below this box. And the next bit of great news should send us up into outer space when it comes to Bitcoin. 150K is in play, 180K is in play. Once we hit these levels, I'm gonna slowly start to sell off of my MicroStrategy stuff because I also want to collect profits, but I'm not actually selling my real Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that I have in my Alto retirement accounts and the Bitcoin that I have via MicroStrategies is all proxy Bitcoin. So I'm okay selling that. I'm just getting the gains just like those greedy investors are. But like I've said in multiple videos, you do not sell your Bitcoin. And I wanna give you a little extra game here. If you're wondering, why would you buy an asset to never sell it and realize all the profits on it? Because Bitcoin is the greatest asset that we've ever seen in our generation. So why would I hold on to something that has outperformed everything? And if you're also wondering, what's the point of investing if you never sell it? And this is the game that most rich people won't tell you. You don't sell your assets, you borrow against them. In America, you cannot tax debt. So what do? We take a loan out against our Bitcoin. You tell a bank or you tell an institution you trust, I have 0.1 Bitcoin that I want to give. Can you give me a loan? And then I take that loan and I'm going to buy more Bitcoin or other assets. I'm going to have those assets blow up. I slowly pay back the loan. And when I say slowly, I mean as slow as possible, because what happens with inflation is that over time, the money that you're paying off the loan with has less purchasing power. So the longer you keep a loan out, the less real money you're actually giving back to them. Once you pay off the loan, they give you back the Bitcoin. You've increased your wealth. You didn't compromise any of your Bitcoin, and life is Gucci. So a lot of people are throwing around different price targets. This one dude who has predicted other price targets of Bitcoin says 444000 is in play for 2025. I'll leave a link in the description of a video that you guys should check out. I just recently saw this video and it blew my mind, so I want to share it with you guys. Now let's talk about how we're going to preserve our capital by selling out of Bitcoin related assets. So the first thing I'm looking at is the Bitcoin Pi Cycle top indicator. When the green and the yellow lines cross over and forms a vertical red line, that is the top of the market. And as you can see, we are far from the lines touching. The other one is an indicator on TradingView. I've already said that I've maxed out my indicators, but one thing that I've noticed is if I turn off the visibility of other indicators, I can add more. Here's the MVR top and bottom indicator. Now, looking at past data, it doesn't accurately predict the top, which is why I have the Pi Cycle indicator as a backup, but it does a good job of showing us the bottom of the market, so you can start to buy back in to those Bitcoin related assets or start dollar cost averaging more money into Bitcoin. With this indicator, it's going to show green vertical bars as potential bottoms for Bitcoin. There is another indicator that shows top and bottoms of Bitcoin's price cycle. I was watching a YouTuber and I couldn't find out what indicator he was using. So if you know of a better indicator on TradingView to predict Bitcoin's top and bottom prices, let me know in the comments, please. And that's going to do it for this episode. Let me know what you think in the comments. Share this with a friend who has sold out of Bitcoin or is thinking about selling out of Bitcoin. We're not talking about all the other altcoins. If Bitcoin goes up, altcoins go up. Don't forget to pay that like tax. And I'm just about done wrapping up my financial literacy book. If you want a 50% discount on the pre-sale of that book, use the D.Corp email in the description and write an email to me and put the subject as read so you can be on that pre-sale list. And until the next one, remember to smile because you are beautiful.
Peace.